Making America great is keeping the elites straight.
Come on, bro.
Because they own this shit. All right, they own all this shit, man.
I got what you want. You said 13 and what?
20.
So like 13 and 23.
I got it. Can I hit this one first?
Go ahead.
Second Ezra chapter 8 verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride.
Yeah. That's one of the things that the Most High hates. He hate a proud look.
Start with verse 20.
But the scriptures say, in the last days we shall come into perilous times, but some shall be lovers of themselves.
Yep,
got
come.
The proud was
That's
one of them.
that's that narcissistic behavior in our people. You see it predominantly in these women.
Come, bro.
Because these women have been pedestalized and deified, man. You can't say nothing against them, you know, without people getting offended. Men and women get offended when you say something about the woman.
Come.
Right. Yeah, men and women, right?
Men and women. You can't say nothing about them. Only you can talk about the men all day. Well, really, let me limit that. You can't talk about a faggot, a homosexual man, or a transgender man.
Right.
No, the straight man, you can talk about him all
The
day.
heterosexual straight man, he's a piece of shit on this planet. No one gives a shit about this guy.
Yeah.
The real fathers of the world, no one gives a shit about these guys.
That's toxic masculinity.
Toxic,
Right.
man.
It's so toxic that the same devils that actually set up the system that actually protects you was a masculine setup.
Yeah.
Right.
Masculinity is responsible for that. Masculinity is why you got your America.
Kind.
Wars have to be fought to set up America.
And it's funny, now that it's been taken away, is what's gonna take it away from you.
Like when you have these little LGBTQ marches, you know, these little parades and stuff, who's fucking protecting them?
Right. Man, look around right here. It's cops in uniform, man.
That masculinity has to do this job in order for this shit to continue to fester. It shows you how hypocritical that philosophy is, guys.
Kind.
Hey,
You'll condemn a man for being masculine, for having a masculine nature, but yet you're not going to come against the police that actually protects you and implement laws or help enforce laws that actually protect you and your lifestyle.
I would love to see 2 statistics and then get the people's reaction to those statistics. What's the statistics of men officers versus women officers and men soldiers versus women soldiers? And if it was all women, 100% women in your military and in your police services, would you feel safe? I love to know that, what you people actually think is true. An online poll where no one sees your face, I'd just like to know that. You know, I guarantee you don't feel safe with women protecting your country or your cities.
Shit.
You want to hear right
Most people wouldn't feel safe if a woman was protecting a security guard at their store.
Thank you. Right. Oh,
So, let alone your city or your country.
Right.
Come on, man. Straight up, man. Was there more on that?
Oh, no, that's it.
That was it. All right,
Go back to Deuteronomy, or
we gonna go back to Deuteronomy. I wanted somebody to get some.
I got it.
Okay.
So Rock 13, I'm gonna start with verse 20 because it ties right in. It says, as the proud hate humility, so do the rich abhor the poor. A rich man beginning
That's why
to fall.
that's why they look down upon you when you don't have anything.
Yep. That's why nobody wants to be poor.
Yeah.
Wants to be base. Wants to have just enough to be convenient. Everybody wants an abundance of money and goods and quality and riches.
Yep.
They want everybody can't be rich, man.
Kind.
For a few to be rich, the majority has to be poor. I think that's a quote from somebody. I don't remember who it was. One of the elites quoted that. It says, a rich man beginning to fall is held up by his friends, right? The position of a rich man, right? But a poor man being down is thrust away by his friends. When a rich man is fallen, he hath many helpers. He speaketh things not to be spoken, and yet men justify him. Kanye West. Still talking about this guy, right? It says, the poor man slippeth and yet they rebuke him too.
No, Salakia. An example of that is the hypocritical, unjust court system.
Oh, yeah.
The so-called justice system. It matters if you rich or not in the court of law.
Kind.
Jake that don't have the means to have a powerful lawyer, he's already
He already lost.
He's already lost.
He's looking for a deal.
Yeah, you gotta go to
He has to have some type of district attorney.
Yeah, you gotta go to them,
try
public
to
defender. You gotta go to them.
Yeah.
Wait, so I gotta go to your system to help me out of your system?
And it's been
That don't make no sense.
and it's been proven that the public defenders don't have the best interest of their clients.
No,
Kind.
they got the
They,
best
they
interest of
have
the
they have
system.
lunch with these judges.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're the lawyers and the prosecutors.
They all
And they
get
look out
along.
for the law enforcement.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with Jake, it's you're guilty into proven innocent.
Yeah.
It's the other way around.
That's because we're the poor. You can treat the poor however you want to treat them.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, what they gonna do? March? You know?
And every once in a while, Jake get off or get exonerated, and everyone's okay cheering. And but shit, 1,000. If one get off 1,000, it's locked up unjustly.
It's easily 100.
Yeah.
It's easily 100.
But meanwhile, you got the Harvey Weinsteins, and
Yeah.
you got all these Edomites.
Matt Lauers.
You got all these motherfuckers that's powerful, that got money and status.
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of his accusers end up dead.
Yeah.
You know, like all these Edomites that got money, even they don't even got to be famous. You just got to have a little bit of substance in this society, and you're going to get off. I seen a rich Edomite. He raped a little girl, and he got 3 months probation
Yeah, I saw that.
and house arrest or something. He
He
had
don't want to
all.
ruin his whole life.
Yeah. What? He's
yet-
77 years old.
But yet Jake will get life for just accusations.
Yeah, accusation is still.
That's so crazy.
What was the name of that Democratic Edomite? That was he was basically luring Jakes into his
Ed
to-
something in California.
in California.
Yeah.
He just now being indicted
It was under investigation for so long.
for so long.
And then now they just, okay, it's
A third person wound up dead in his home.
Yeah.
Because he was putting drugs in them so he could pop them.
Yeah, and it was all Jake's too.
And it was nothing but sodomite niggas. man.
Yep.
Esau was getting away with that for a while.
Shit, look at Jeffrey Dahmer.
Dahmer and Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
How long that island been popping?
Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people.
Yeah, man, and Esau writes his laws to further oppress Jacob. But see, Esau, he can override the law because who said that? I don't know if it was one of the Rockefellers or Rothschilds that said it. He said, "If give me control over a nation's money, and I care not who makes the laws."
Yeah.
Right, Mayor Hampshire.
Maya Amshel, right? Bauer, man. See, when you rich, you're above the law. You ain't gotta comply to the laws. But the peasants, the slaves, they gotta be up under the law.
Hey, that's the easy way to see that is when you go to these rich neighborhoods, how much patrol is out there? Versus you go to these ghettos, how much patrol? You hear a siren all night and half the day.
Gunshots, helicopters
Gunshots,
and shit.
yeah, the same shit.
Yeah.
Look Jake. Right now.
I gotta appreciate this kid.
See that? But hey, that's because we're the poor, man.
Jacob.
You know?
This is Psalms
And
94.
we kind of got away a little bit. I kind of still wanted Sirach 13 and Deuteronomy 8, but get your prayer.
It's Psalms 94 and 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, who framest mischief by law?
Well, if I could tie it in right quick, what we're showing you is that why you people want to be rich, and the privilege that you believe being rich is about. But being rich pulls you further away from the Most High. And I'll quote it. It says, it's harder for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven. It's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven. Why? Because he ain't gonna want to give up all his riches to be humble enough to to be humble enough to serve the Heavenly Father.
God, and ultimately they don't got faith, because if you got faith in your Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, well, you figure, hell, he gave it to me before. Whether I earned it through my talent or whatever it may be, he gave me that talent, enabled me to earn the lifestyle, the riches or whatever I have. So if I give it away, who's to say he won't give it to me again or more?
That's not the faith that they think.
Exactly, niggas don't got faith.
You was finished?
Yeah, I was finishing that, bro.
You still going or you finished?
No, that was it. That was
okay,
it.
Come. Verse 22 again, it says, back in Sirach 13, it says, when a rich man is fallen, he have many helpers. He speaketh things not support. To be spoken.
Always got support. But a man that doesn't have nothing, people don't even want to be around him.
About to say, yet when men justify him, it says the poor man slippeth, and yet they rebuke him too. He spake wisely and could have no place. He'll speak wisely. The other guy be speaking falsehoods, and you'll still take the rich guy. But you'll rebuke the poor guy, even though he spoke wisely. Here's the verse here. It says, when a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, and look and say, what extol it to the and say, and he went, when a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, and look.
They'll be quiet.
Yeah.
A man of status and riches, you're gonna always want to hear what he got to say, because in this society, people automatically assume a man is actually successful in riches because of his wisdom. They think it was his wisdom that got him on that level of success.
And the Most High will make a wise man rich. That's not a problem. We know we got examples of King Solomon and whatever else. But that doesn't automatically go with riches. Wisdom don't automatically. How many famous people that ended up broke was drug habits, you know, soon after they got the riches? It wasn't a difference. They just ran out of money. That's why they looked terrible. You know? It was smart. It says, and look what he said. They extol it to the clouds.
They extol it to the clouds. That's why people value these entertainers and these false leaders, man. You know, because they get starstruck and be like, yeah, whatever Jay-Z said, you know, that's Hove, you know.
Bro, like when that nigga Nipsey Hussle died.
Oh man.
They took every word this nigga said as if it was true.
Yeah, like it was
another scripture.
Yeah.
He's the first nigga to buy commercial real estate. You know, right?
Right.
Like, come on.
First nigga
Shaq and Magic.
First nigga to drink a smoothie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
First nigga to encourage.
They painted murals of him with quotes and shit.
Yeah, shit he didn't say. Shit he hadn't
Bugged
even
out,
thought
man.
about.
Yeah.
Bug that shit.
That's what Jake would do, man.
The saga, not the saga.
But meanwhile,
the
the shit that about eating good and you know, Dr. Sabi, well, it don't mean nothing when we say it.
Yeah, kind.
We always.
It didn't mean that when Dr. Sabi said it.
Kind, bro.
Nipsey had to say it for Dr. Sabi to even get it.
And even if you follow that eating good, man, you're still gonna die. You're still gonna perish.
Yeah, because
right?
what's in you is wicked. Not what you put in you, but what's in you is wicked.
Only this food will give you eternal life.
Right.
All right, so forget all that bullshit, man.
It says, but if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him.
Yeah.
They love to kick a nigga when he down, man. That mean anybody. That's not just our own people. Wait, let me read this, because this ties right in. 24. Riches are good unto him that have no sin, and poverty is evil in the mouth of the ungodly. That's the difference of what Solomon said and what Paul said. They asked him for poverty nor riches, but he know how to obey sin or abound. To mix the two speakers in that moment. You know, it's not an evil thing to be in an impoverished situation. You know, it humbles you, but it gets your mind right.
I mean, when you think about it, in the rap world, the content that comes out of it, especially from the top entertainers that have earned, you know, six figures or more, a lot of their music is about belittling those that don't have.
Okay.
It's about exalting what they accomplished and what they received, and using that to basically belittle and talk down upon those that don't have what they have.
They love to say, I'm eating, and then basically they're saying,
You
I'm
starving.
eating, you're hungry.
Yeah.
You starving.
You starving.
Yeah, you dealing with broke niggas and
I justify myself.
Me and broke niggas, we don't get along.
yeah.
Right.
You know, some dumb shit, man.
But you see that one Jake that was in the car with that camera with the car. He started talking about speaking things, ideas out of the Bible.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about. This dude was supposed to be broken homeless, but he dropped all that wisdom.
Oh,
on him.
kind.
You know, and it was wisdom that he was dropping. He couldn't tell you it was directly from the Bible, but you could tell. But the point of it being, people want to, oh, that was so deep. Well, who broke him off money? Nobody broke him off money. He's still broke, but you don't get that because you're distracted with your riches, okay? You're easily distracted with riches and not from getting wisdom.
1 Kings chapter 3, verse 9. Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad.
That was Solomon speaking, right? Yep.
For who is able to judge this, thy so great a people?
Yep.
And the speech pleased the Lord that Solomon had asked this thing. And Yahweh said unto him, because thou hast asked this thing, and hast not asked for thyself long life, neither has asked riches for thyself, nor has asked the life of thine enemies.
But I gotta say like this: the Most High could easily be like, all right, the most people want what I want to live forever. Yeah, but you could be broke forever. That's worse than being dead. You know, you could be impoverished forever without balance of life. You know, because your mind ain't right. But if you humble yourself and ask the best way to judge the people with the heavenly wisdom, what happened? He gave him the riches to make those things come forth. And he used them. When you read about King Solomon, he used all of that wisdom to rule over us as a people. We're the best we've ever lived, ever on earth before.
40 years of peace.
And I mean, the doorman was looked like he was a king of something, you know?
And he got that wisdom from the law, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
You know, that was his law that he discerned good and bad from. All right.
Yeah, he didn't let the riches of his glory get to his head.
Kind.
You know, he didn't let that deter him from serving the Lord. You know, doing judging the people according to righteousness.
That's right, bro.
That's the correct way. If you're gonna be rich, King Solomon is the perfect example of how to be rich.
Right.
You know.
But has asked for thyself understanding to discern judgment.
Yep. Yeah, man. And I mean, he couldn't get too proud because the Lord gave him everything that he had.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Once you have that in your spirit that Yahweh Shem Yahushua gave everything you got, you know you shouldn't get proud of it.
Right.
You know, because you always got to serve somebody.
Exactly.
You know, you got it. The order. 1 Corinthians 11th chapter, man. You got Yahweh Shai, and man.
Kind.
That's right. And so, matter of fact, go back to Deuteronomy 8. Somebody get Deuteronomy 8.
Go back to
Deuteronomy 8. Now we can bring it back and bring it out.
Deuteronomy chapter 8 and verse 11. Beware that thou forget not the Lord thy power, and not keeping his commandments, and his judgments, and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
And this is why he has that controversy with you. All right? This is why you continue to catch hell in this man's kingdom. All right? Because you've forgotten the Lord your power. And he's trying to actually reel you in. He's trying to give you a helping hand here, but you slap it out. You slap it away from you.
Trying to give you a lifeline.
You know? So that's why the Lord, he's going to reject you. When all hell breaks loose in this society, man, when the economy finally collapses, and there's no way that you can feed your family, you can feed your daughter, your son, all right? When shit really does hit the fan here, that's when you're going to be trying to rationalize in your mind, damn, what the hell is going on? What did I do to deserve this?
Either way, you should.
Why are we going through this? Why are we being horrified? Why are we being terrorized? You know, by this God. You know. But the Most High, he's not a terror unto good works. If you do the right thing, the Lord he's gonna bless you.
Yep.
But if you're doing things that's displeasing to him, hey, he's gonna bring his vengeance upon you. That's just how it is, man. Go ahead.
Want me to reread that or go down to verse 12?
Just keep reading all the way down.
Time.
Verse 12. Lest when thou hast eaten and are full,
Going back to Proverbs 30.
Yep.
You know, lest you be full and deny him. Right? Go ahead.
and hast built goodly houses.
You build all these cribs up. You know, Jake pride themselves when they can get a lot of property. They love to boast about that. I got property over here.
I got
You know what I'm saying? I got acres over here. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to put the tiles in this property over here. I'm gonna make sure I get the chandeliers, the crystal chandeliers in the
They
dining
got
room over here.
aquariums, they got fucking bowling alleys, basketball courts.
Yep.
You name it, they got it.
Proud as hell, man.
Yep.
Don't
Remember that TV show MTV
I was
Cribs?
about to say.
Oh my.
which half of them motherfuckers were perpetrating.
Yep.
They were rental homes just
cars.
for them to be on that show.
Yep.
All that it wasn't even real. All that shit was fabricated.
Hey, you know whose was though?
Red
Oh, Redman. Now he showed you his crib.
Yeah. Hey, but you could tell it was his because the way he had it set up.
Kind.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not here.
Yeah.
I'm barely here. I got equipment in here. My doorbell. I don't want it ringing.
He said, all I need is
time.
my PS2.
Yeah, you know.
All you
of
need
them
is his
just-
weed, his
PS2,
video game.
His keyboards and music.
He kept a little box with cash in it.
Yeah,
or whatever.
kind. Yeah, get some on top of the fridge.
Yeah. You know?
Easy, man.
Go ahead.
Lest when thou hast eaten and art full, and hast built goodly houses, and dwell therein, and when thy herds and thy flocks multiply, and thy silver and thy gold is multiplied, and all that thou hast is multiplied, then thy heart be lifted up.
Yeah, now you proud. Now you proud. And that's the pride of this world. The lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, the pride of life. Your pride of life is basically in your lifetime achievements of success. You know, I got this degree, I make this kind of money, I make this kind of these figures.
Every accomplishment.
You know? No,
I
go
was
ahead.
gonna say every accomplishment that the world looks to and gives you pride in, it's all to make money.
Yeah.
They only honor the things that you can get rich or make money from. Nobody else wants to hear nothing else than how much it's making. If it ain't making you money or getting you in a higher position, the status in the world, it ain't good for nothing.
And that's why people, you ask someone, oh, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be a doctor, I want to be this. You say, why do you want to be that? To make money. If plumbers was making fucking millions of dollars, everybody be a damn plumber.
The trash man.
Exactly. It's all to make money, and like the brother was saying, to boast yourself. Like, you ever meet somebody? Oh, what do you do? What do you do? Oh, okay, because they ask you that because they on a certain level where they want to boast of themselves.
I gotta bring it up. Teachers.
Oh yeah.
Teachers is like should be the most sought after position in the earth, because you actually are putting into somebody knowledge. You're giving them a wealth of information, so to speak, right? But it's one of the lowest paying jobs in the world.
Teachers on strike.
Man, they on strike right now, right?
Con.
Here in Vegas.
Bro, these DJs for these concerts, they making more than doctors.
Bro,
You know?
why would I
some
ever?
athletes. Shit.
Yeah.
Why would I?
Yeah, you got
when I
those
can just
athletes,
go
that's
do
the
a
best
party.
example.
Bro, and just press buttons.
Yep.
Come on now.
That shows you what type of society we live in.
That goes back to what? Entertainment. To occupy your mind, like the brother was saying earlier. That's all what it's for. If you can entertain and tap dance for these Edomites and these niggas and these heathens, Jay could pay you, Jay could pay you millions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you give someone some real knowledge, ain't nobody trying to hear that shit.
They say those exact words, bro.
And now Jake envies the oppressor, so they want to be like the so-called white man. You know, they everything they do is to be equal to the so-called white man.
That's
Yeah.
why these Stephen House niggas from all these new Django and other movies like that, the House nigga was a coveted position, man. For real, Jake wanted that
It's
position.
like that, I don't know, it's a cartoon where they hold the carrot over the horse to make that's that carrot is that bag, that money, and that and it's leading you Jakes any and everywhere you could they want you to go to get that money, and it's really taking you further and further away from the Most High.
There it is.
That's it.
That's the whole point of Esau's existence is to destroy, like John 10:10. The thief come not to
Come
Kill, steal, and destroy.
kill, steal, and destroy. Destroy you Israelites, destroy you Jakes.
Go ahead, finish.
Verse 14. Then thy heart be lifted up, and thou forget the Lord thy power, which brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage.
That's a bunch of bullshit, guys.
Verse 15.
I bet you would say that.
He said they're running. Hey,
That's
he
what
said
they
they're running up the street.
Prove it. Prove it.
He doesn't want to. It was like a family thing, like his parents.
Hey, I mean, that's supposed to happen.
Kind.
These people, they don't, they're
how
supposed
long
to
we
be
been
like
doing
that.
it? They barely sent something down. No?
Yeah, they're supposed to do what they're doing, man. You know, they let them have the last word. Let them scoff. Let them talk shit. You know, but hey, when we going into riches right now, when this dollar shuts down,
Thank you.
he's not gonna think any of this is bullshit.
Right.
The only thing he gonna think is bullshit is that the Federal Reserve notes in his pockets is obsolete. It's not worth anything.
His savings is gone.
He's gonna be mad at whoever was in charge when the shit collapsed. He's gonna think they're bullshit. The president is bullshit, man. My money's not worth nothing.
I never should have voted for Trump.
Yeah. It's all good, man. You know.
Yeah, kind.
The heathens walking around with smirks and smiles on their face. It's all good, man.
Kind, bro.
You know, really, these people, they're a spectacle to us.
Kind.
We look down at these people and we can see their fate. We know what's coming to them.
Right. And
They can look down on us and think that we're weirdos out here for doing what we're doing. But really, the joke is on them.
I was just about to tell you.
You know?
Just about to tell you.
It's all good, man. That's why when shit does hit the fan, we're gonna rejoice. We're gonna eat. We're gonna have abundance. But they're gonna be in sorrow and they're gonna starve.
We're gonna be wealthy when it comes to eating. And, you know, and
We're gonna have
man.
protection from the angels.
Yeah.
We're gonna have food.
Yeah.
You said that,
Yeah.
Meanwhile, these homosexuals, they're gonna be getting put to death. These women gonna be getting raped and all type of shit gonna be happening out here, man. You know? We see it before it don't even cross their mind, but we already see it.
It's like the prophets had the vision.
Yeah.
When they saw the prophecy happen, we see it.
Yeah.
We see these streets being full of chaos and anarchy we see the concentration camps. We see the chip. These people, these people walking down the street. They eventually they're gonna be walking down the street going to get a chip. Standing in a line.
Yeah, instead of standing in line for a concert,
Yeah.
they don't need a chip to get into these concerts.
They're gonna be standing in line to get a cup of soup. all day just to say we out.
Con.
Because they doing it in Venezuela and in Central and South America right now.
Places that their economy is modeled America's after America.
How we doing, guys?
All right.
I know it's a public sidewalk, but it's also part of private property. So just limit yourself a little bit, all right?
Wait.
Limit in what regard?
What?
Limit us how?
Just how long you're hanging out. That's all. That's all I'm asking. I'm not saying that you can't be here at all. I'm just saying limit yourself just a little bit. Okay.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
All right. It's kind of a joint easement with the city of Las Vegas. So I'm not saying y'all can't be here. Y'all out here doing a good thing. Just kind of trying to limit your time out here.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Thanks.
You want me to keep going on Deuteronomy?
Yeah, I think there's.
I'm gonna read verse 14 again.
Then thy heart be lifted up, and thou forget the Lord thy power, which brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage, who led thee through that great and terrible wilderness, wherein
it's the Lord reminding you, like, hey, you shouldn't be getting proud that you're being increased. Don't forget, I'm the one that delivered you out of Egypt. I'm the one that actually used, miracles.
Yeah.
I performed acts of power and showed my power and exalted you. I'm the one that did that. Don't forget me. So if I bless you and allow you to become increased, you should think upon me. If I was the same God that was able to deliver you when you was in a low position, then why not acknowledge me when you're fully blessed? You know? Our people, they forget the Most High when they do become blessed. You know? They start to act like they got everything upon their own merit, man.
That's why the Lord, when it was Gideon and the 300, that's why he said, he wanted to
exalt himself.
Exactly. Took the words out of my mouth. Yeah, you got it.
I didn't know the quote of it. But
but that's what he said. They exalt themselves and say they deliver
them. Many in number.
Yeah.
I must needs, Bible sure. Sirach chapter 11, verse 14. Prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come from the Lord Yahweh. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The Heavenly Father sets all this stuff up. Okay? Verse 15. Wisdom and knowledge and understanding of the law are of the Lord. Love and the way of good works are from Him. Error and darkness had their beginning together with sinners, and evil shall wax old with them that glory therein. The gift of the Lord Yahweh remaineth with the godly, and His favor bringeth prosperity forever. Because most of these that get prosperity not from Yahweh, get it snatched away ever so quickly. We got the phrase that we like to say, the devil wants his money back. He always come back to repo his possessions back from you. Okay? Look at Kevin Hart. He took his health with it also. He's taking his money from that chick and taking his health. Like, shit happens, man. Shit is real. You go back to the early to mid 90s, Wesley Snipes was killing the game. The dude can't get a movie now. He's struggling to get any role.
Yeah, what was that in Proverbs where it says riches grow up wings and fly away?
Like this.
Yeah, somewhere in Proverbs, but yeah, man. As quick as you got rich, is as quick as you can also lose it. You know. And when that happens to people, they become so depressed they damn near want to take their life. Especially these Edomites, man. They don't know how to handle that type of adversity.
Movie Trading Places is a good movie.
Yeah.
Real quick, Bob, if I can do that. Sirach 31:1, it says, watching for riches consumeth the flesh. And the care thereof driveth away sleep. Yep. Watching care will not let a man slumber as a sore disease upon sleep. The rich hath great labor in gathering riches together, and when he resteth, he is filled with his delicacies. The poor laboreth in his poor estate, and when he leaveth off, he is in still need. He is still needy.
Yep.
And it's basically just saying, no one ever fully gets there. You don't ever get the point of getting all this money so you can finally kick back. All right, when I get rich, I get my money, I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna travel and kick it. No, you gotta keep them riches up, or you're not going far. You're not traveling far at all. And if you're poor, it's a needy thing. Oh, damn, I need, so I gotta keep going.
Yeah.
That's the vanity of vanities when you go back to Ecclesiastes.
Okay.
Having too much or too little of anything.
Yep.
That was it on that.
Man, I got something.
Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 17 through 20. All hands shall be feeble, and all knees shall be weak as water. They shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, and horror shall cover them. And shame shall be upon all faces, and baldness upon all their heads. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord.
Okay.
They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity. As for the beauty of his ornament, he set it in majesty, but they made the images of their abominations and of their detestable things therein. Therefore have I set it far from them.
So that's when you start to search out, like, what do I have left? You start to seek to whatever God that you think you believe, and that doesn't come through for you.
Okay.
Now what? Now what? You gonna go down to Egypt for help? Egypt needs help.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what's going on in Venezuela, man. They cast their money out in the streets because it ain't working out. Then they put more effort to serving Caesar Bongier and the other gods that they worship. But them other gods is not helping us. It's all vain. The gods ain't helping them.
That's coming to America. Was going down there in Venezuela with the hyperinflation. America's gonna get hit the same way, man.
Okay.
It's just only a matter of time. See, at Wall Street, they're still playing with those numbers. They're still playing with those markets. But soon enough, them investors, they're gonna start to not trust in making those investments, and that's what's gonna cause those markets to crash. And they still talking about that, man. They still talking about how this economy really don't have a lot of time left, and that's why they're trying. That's why Trump is in the process of starting a war, a regional war in the Middle East, because they need that money to float.
Okay.
Yeah, I just read something where I think the Fed is going to pump so many million into the economy. And that's just an illusion to make you feel like everything is stable. And they're going to make you think everything is stable throughout this holiday season. But after that, it's going to go to shit, more than likely. I got to read real quick. This is Psalm 62:10. Trust not in oppression, become not vain in robbery. If riches increase, set not thy heart upon them. And that's for our people that when they riches.
Grab Matthew 6. We never read it. We quoted it half for it. We hit it. We might as well just hit that one. 6:24.
And I can't wait, man. I really can't wait till they finally pull the plug on this shit. So all these proud ass people out here are really no longer proud, man. Just like the Most I hate a proud look, I hate that shit too. You see these people walking around, and that's all you see on their face.
They turn their nose up at us like we ain't shit.
Yeah.
They looking at us
making
like
all type of remarks, walking past and shit.
We looking at y'all like y'all bugged out.
Y'all don't know. They don't know what's coming. They don't know what's coming. Like,
I think that's wrong.
you know, so
I got it.
Matthew 6:24. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other.
God and money don't go together, man. Simple and plain. God and money don't go together. Most High and money don't go together. Okay?
We're not saying money is wrong.
Right.
We're supposed to use money as a defense, but
You can't get God
Yeah.
with money. But you can get money with the Most High God. But it takes the wisdom to get you there. To throw it in that form for you.
Or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve the Most High and mammon.
that's impossible. Because then, like it even tells you in the parable of the sower and the seed, those that fell upon
Stony Rock.
Yeah, that's what I was
thorns,
doing.
that fell upon
That's what I was doing.
thorns. They're the ones that because of the cares of this life
gotta get it.
and because of riches,
Somebody get
they
it.
choke the word and become unfruitful. Because now all you're concerned with is what you have in your possession, as opposed to if your heart is rich towards the Most High. You know? And that was the difference between the church of Laodicea and the church of Smyrna. You know? They say because of, we're rich, we have this, we have that. You know, they're not, they're not in need of anything. But the Lord said, but no, you're naked, you're blind, you're made. You know, was that Revelation 3 and 14, I think. And that was the church that was actually lukewarm.
Because
They were lukewarm because they had status.
They had a level of comfortability where the Most High wasn't in their thoughts. You know.
Yeah. Like they don't have the same zeal that those that are that don't have anything to lose. All they have is just to serve Yahweh Shema Shah. He that basically deny himself and everything that he had to serve the Lord, he's gonna be more on fire than him that has, I got property over here, then I got, my children, my wife over here, and then I got my family, and then, I got my cattle over here.
I got this going, I got this.
You got so much going. How could you possibly have any time to serve the Lord? Man?
For where your treasure is,
Where your treasure is, there where your heart be also.
That's what they said in about when they said, hey, drop everything, come serve the Lord. I got married, I got this cattle, an oxen I gotta look at.
I got to bury my father.
All the things are more important. Yeah, this is the most important thing.
I got to read real quick.
1 Timothy 6:17. Charge them that are rich in this world, that they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches, but in the living power, who giveth us richly all things to enjoy. That they do good, that they be rich in goods, ready to distribute, willing to communicate, laying up in store for themselves.
If you notice that list, willing to communicate and all that, what are they doing? That's a servant, that's a giver. They're giving. But what are they giving? The ultimate riches of, you still holding Matthew?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, at 6 and 19. Read that right there. I'm going to go back and read that again.
Matthew 6, verse 19. Lay not up yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doeth corrupt.
Where something could come, it's going to say it, go ahead.
And where thieves break through and steal. But lay up yourself treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through and steal.
That's what you're communicating. Go back. Now that's what you're communicating. The riches of Yahweh Shema Shah, the wisdom of Yahweh Shema Shah. Okay? Isaiah 33 and 6 says, knowledge of wisdom should be the stability of thy times. What else does it say?
And strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
The fear of the Lord is your treasure. Okay? How do you learn the fear of the Lord? Through this wisdom. Okay? So that wisdom is way more, and that's what you're giving, rather than handing out money. Now go back to what he had you do.
Back in 1 Timothy 6, and I'll start at verse 18.
Yeah.
They that do good, that they that they be rich in goods, ready to distribute, willing to communicate, laying up in store for themselves a good foundation against the time to come, that they may lay hold.
Isaiah the 33rd chapter, right?
That they may lay hold on eternal life. Those are the riches, storing those things up. So when those times come, you'll have them. Our treasures are up in the heavens with Yahweh Shem Shah, where
we can't see we can't see our treasures.
It's not tangible. Well, we can't select it, but what we can see it is when the wisdom hits us and we use it in its proper form, and it gets us through certain adverse situations, certain travails, certain tribulations or whatever. That's when it really
2 Corinthians
plays a
4.
difference.
2 Corinthians 4 and like 17, 18. Real quick.
17?
Yeah. Start at 17 and read down to 18.
2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 17. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory.
Yeah. We're gonna get the real glory, man.
Yeah.
Not what the people of this world seek. These people, and the minds of these people are very compartmentalized.
Right.
It's all in a fucking glove. It's like basically in a little glove compartment.
Yeah. Fucking ring box, bro. That's just little. This holds everything. My bad.
No, go ahead.
This holds everything in it, man. That's why when we read about King Solomon, it was telling us that, hey, with this wisdom, with this riches, this treasure, it can't be overthrown. You can't take this away. Nobody can break through and steal it. Nobody can take it from you.
Moth and rust.
Yeah, it don't get old.
The only one that can take it from you is the one that gave it to you.
Right, the Heavenly Father. But if you're seeking His wisdom, why He wants to give it to you? Why would that's where it goes with that list that you were reading.
He's going to continue to give it to you.
Right, if you keep seeking for it.
Hey, because like in the parable of the talents, the men that flipped theirs and used it, they got more. But the one that didn't, put his in the ground, the Lord took it from him.
Go ahead.
Verse 18. While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal.
That's this shit.
Kind.
Okay? That's this shit that the world is chasing. Okay? Uncertain riches, which that it holds the scantiness of measurement. Something that's scant is something that's low in value or low in quality. Okay? This dollar that you're chasing, it doesn't have the value that you think it has. That's uncertain riches. That could be cut down in a second, man. That could be cut down in a second. Okay? This is all with this current world, like that. And why you think the Lord, when He was conversing with the devil, and the devil said, "I'll give you all the things of this world. I'll give you these kingdoms if you will bow down and serve me." You don't think that the Lord Himself understood that? Hey, this world, this ain't even my world. You can't give me nothing in this world because this ain't my world anyway. I don't want. Matter of fact, I made the world.
Yeah, kind, bro, kind.
I don't want this shit. I made this for this current kingdom, this current beast. The world that I'm creating for me and my chosen, we gon' really live. That's gonna be a real world. That's gonna be a real rulership.
Like Yahushua said, if this is my world, my servants will fight.
Exactly.
I want to say this, and if you think about what He did.